Mental health. How bad has it really gotten over the years, especially in young teens like me? In this short documentary, we'll be focusing on two of the main types of mental illnesses which affect teens most: depression and anxiety. We've all suffered from them. It happens when we're older, it happens when we're younger sometimes. I hope this documentary lets you know that you're not alone. We all go through it. We all know someone that has gone through it, and we all try to help each other, overcome it. If you're a parent, please watch, because I aim to help you understand what your children are going through and how to help them. And if you're a teen like me, I just hope you are getting help and you're not holding it in, because that would damage. And just know that you're not alone. Parents. So you might be asking yourselves, how can you tell if your child, if your own child is depressed or is suffering from anxiety? Well, it's not hard. There are many symptoms. Here are the main ones for depression. They will tend to stay at home a lot. They will stay in bed almost every day. They don't have many friends and tend to keep to themselves. They avoid contact with friends and taking part in fewer social activities. Unmotivated to do any work. They have a lack of energy. There are many more, but these are the main ones for depression. If they have anxiety, they have difficulty concentrating, they have unexplained outbursts, they avoid social interactions with friends, they spend time alone, they don't feel refreshed after sleeping, or they have difficulty falling asleep. If you think your child suffers from any of these, then they might have anxiety or depression. Then again, I'm not really a doctor, so you should talk to them about it and maybe check with your local GP. Please try to understand that if your child comes to you telling you that they're sad all the time, that they're having problems concentrating and they can't work properly, if they're having some issue, don't tell them to get over it. That's the worst thing you can do. You're their parent. Listen to them. Give them a hug first. Let them know you're there for them. Then just listen to what they have to say, because nobody understands more what they're going through except them. So you got to listen, and you just research it together. See if you can find help. Might be mild depression. They can't get over it in a couple of days by exercising or talking to someone. But if you just tell them to get over it, it'll just get worse. So be there for them and just research together. The problem is sometimes teenage boys tend to put on a brave face and they just don't talk with their parents. So you have to go to them. A study done by Time to Change, published in 2016, says that 49% of teenage boys would not feel comfortable talking to their parents, dads in particular. They're supposed to not cry, they're supposed to be tough, they're not supposed to have any problems, but keeping it in, it causes long-term damage. If you have depression, it might not be as bad as you think. There's different stages of depression. There's mild depression, there's moderate depression, and then there's severe depression. Mild depression, there's a couple methods you could use to get over it. Just wait and see. That's one. Exercise is another, and self-help, which is talking to friends and family. Moderate is a bit the same as mild, but you talk to a therapist and there's a small chance you get antidepressants. Severe depression, there's a lot more treatments for that because it is classed as a life-threatening situation. There are various treatments for severe depression. Most known is the antidepressant pill or tablet. There are 30 different types of tablets you can take. They have to be prescribed by a doctor. That's only if you have moderate or severe. They do cause some side effects, and here are some of the side effects. Nausea, insomnia, increased appetite and weight gain. It can affect and change someone's personality and ability to feel anything if not taken correctly. You feel dull, you don't feel happy or sad, you just don't feel anything at all. There is also cognitive behavioral therapy, also known as CBT. This helps challenge the way you think and makes you understand the way you behave. It brings up the events of your past and how they've changed and shaped you. It also helps challenge your hopeless feelings and make you overcome them, so you become more of a positive thinker. The side effects of CBT are anxious mood, flashbacks, depressed mood, frustration, stress, and anger. The next one is interpersonal therapy, also known as IPT. This focuses on your relationship with others and problems you may have been facing in your relationships, such as difficulties with communication and coping with bereavement. Next one is psychodynamic psychotherapy. In psychodynamic psychotherapy, a psychoanalytic therapist will encourage you to say whatever is going through your mind. Another form of treatment is counseling. Counseling is a form of therapy that helps you think about the problems you're experiencing in life so you can find new ways of dealing with them. Counselors support you in finding solutions to problems, but they don't tell you what to do. None of these three treatments have any side effects. They're all known to be very useful though. Do you know anyone who suffers from mental illness?
Personally, I don't suffer from anything like that, but I know other people who do.
I know someone, which is my mum.
What does she have problems with?
She has problems with depression, and she's bipolar, so that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, I know a fair few people that suffer from mental health issues.
Do you try to help them?
Well, personally, I don't think I can really do a lot to help them. You know, I can show that I'm there to be there with them, but I don't think I'm the right person to go and seek help from most of the time.
Just try and talk to them about things that are getting them down and try and speak to them to understand what's going on through their brain and see if there's anything that I can do to help from there on out.
When did you think it all started, and what do you think started?
Well, it started before I could actually remember stuff when I was a child. I remember that because as I've been growing up, I've been looking after her. I don't know what triggered it really. She lost a job. She was single. A lot of people were not becoming friends with her, and I feel like that just started it.
It must be hard for both of you. What do you do, or what does she do to cope?
Well, she's back working, and when she works, she feels better because she knows she's actually doing something. We have a dog, and she loves walking him and everything. That helps her cope. Me, smoking weed really. It chills me out.
A lot of people don't cope. A lot of people end up abusing drugs to get them through their depression and shit like that. A lot of people just don't cope. I think that's it.
Personally, no, everyone does have different coping mechanisms, but yeah.
What advice would you give someone who is suffering from anxiety or depression?
Focus on things that make you happy, so long as they're not destructive to your health, to your being, and to your relationships with people that are important to you.
Well, just basically tell them that I'm there for them, first of all. Just help them find different options to get through it, and just help them, take life one day at a time, basically.
Just try and get yourself out in the world. If you're depressed, I know it's awful, but being home by yourself, not doing anything, it's not going to help. You're not going to want to eat, you're not want to do life, and that's not good for you at all. You need to get out, you need to do stuff, even if it's work, you're still doing something, and that keeps you distracted. Distracted, but it also keeps you busy and actually wanting to do things, and then you want to eat more and you want to do more things. Just do something that you love as well. My mum does karate. She actually, I started her off with karate because I'm the one who is a black belt, but when she started getting to do that, I noticed this change in her where she's more positive and she wanted to do more things in life and everything. So yeah.
All right. Thank you. Mental health in girls. 53% of all women who experience mental health have experienced abuse. A study from the University of Manchester found that 73% of girls between 10 and 19 have self-harmed. Asking people close to me who I know have self-harmed, I understand why they do it. Girls and boys sometimes do this to cope with stress, or they do it because they have had their heart broken, they are numb and don't feel anything, and they want to feel something. So they do this. If you are not careful, you will end up being addicted, and when you're addicted, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't think straight. Becoming addicted to self-harm would be catastrophic to the mind and body. Sometimes because of the actions we take and the things we do without realizing, we leave a mark that we may not be able to see on someone. But it turns out to be quite hurtful and can contribute to teenage mental health issues, including self-harm and addiction. For example, you could have been in a psychologically or physically abusive relationship by them telling you they would kill themselves if you left them, or they would hurt your friends if you ever tried to leave them, or they would just cut you off from your friends entirely. So we need to learn what to do and what not to do, and how to treat each other with respect and kindness. There are various singers who talk about their mental struggles and problems in their songs, and teenagers like us who have the same problems relate to these singers. Listening to their songs help, because it's good to know that you're not alone and you're not going through it alone. Some I know are Lil Uzi Vert, Juice WRLD, Kid Cudi, and XXXTentacion, who sadly passed away recently. Overall, mental health is a very long battle. Some people lose, some people win and beat it. And sometimes you might meet someone who makes you so happy you forget it all. In the end, we are all the same. Depression and anxiety affects us all, and we should try to help as many people as we can. I hope this documentary helped you in some way, and try to help someone you know if they're going through something. And goodbye. Thanks for watching.